Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda and welcome to Ignition Time. Welcome to our new video series on the new world of money, where I teach you how to improve your skills, where I teach you how to become a business owner if you want to, where I teach you how to find a new job, potentially a better job, and how to prepare yourself for the new economy. My goal with the Ignition Time channel is not only to provide our viewers and subscribers with current affairs, with personal finance news, with politics, with stimulus news, with unemployment benefits, but my goal is to teach you how to fish, is to make you less dependent on the government, on stimulus, on unemployment benefits, and to make you much more successful. Because the best thing you can do for yourself, which is exactly what I did, is to essentially make money and is to essentially be successful. That is what you're going to learn on this channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Chhoda with Ignition Time, and in this video, I'll go a little bit deeper into you starting a business. Now, keep in mind, even if you don't want to start a business, this is something you should probably be aware of, because there may be some point in your life, either now or in the future, in the near future, that you may want to start a business. You may know someone who wants to start a business, and you may be able to help them by sharing this video with them. So make sure you share this video with friends and family. So I'm going to go through a few commonly asked questions that I get, because we've been reading all the comments and we get a lot of messages from our viewers and subscribers. So the first question is, what are startup business insurance costs? Now, there are a lot of business insurance websites available online where you can buy business insurance. Now, keep in mind that if you have employees, then you need to have workers' compensation insurance. So that is an absolute must if you do have employees. But this question was specifically pertaining to business insurance costs. So let's say you have goods. Let's say you have a clothing store. What are the insurance costs for insuring those clothes or insuring those goods in your warehouse? Now, keep in mind that when you're starting a business, you may or may not want to get business insurance from the very beginning, because in the beginning, you don't even have a lot of assets. Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying don't get business insurance. I'm simply saying that this should not be at the top of your priority list. Your number one priority when you're growing a business should be having a good match between your expertise, between your interest, and between what the market wants. Having what I call a message to market match. In other words, you should have a message, whether it's the goods that you sell, whether it's the services that you offer, and your market, your audience should be interested in those services, and they should exchange either their time or their money for those services or for those goods. So that's the most important thing. It makes no sense, absolutely no sense, for you to have a good business website, for you to have a phenomenal trademark, a phenomenal logo, a phenomenal business card, and for you to have business insurance if you don't have a good message to market match and if you don't have customers. Guess what? Nobody cares about all of those things. I often get asked, as I built my e-commerce businesses, when did you get your trademark? What if somebody steals your stuff? Well, I would rather be the business that has hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars worth of sales, and then get the trademark after that, because I don't want to spend several hundred or several $1,000s getting the trademark, getting the copyright, getting the patent before I even have gotten the business off the ground. So I think the question about, starting a startup business insurance cost is a fair one, but it goes back to a more fundamental philosophy of what are your priorities in business. Most of us, if we have not been taught business, and even if we've gone to business school, most of us don't have our priorities straight. The number one priority should be making sure you have a message to market match and then selling stuff, because sales cures all. This, by the way, I think is a phrase from Mark Cuban, and everyone knows who Mark Cuban is. One of the, if you haven't been following Mark Cuban on all his social media handles, you definitely should. So being able to sell and having a lot of sales, making sure that other customers and other individuals give you their time and give you their money should be your number one priority. Now, for me personally, on this YouTube channel, my number one priority is making sure that we help our viewers and help our subscribers. Whether the number of subscribers we have in this channel is not important to me. What matters is the viewers who comment, the viewers who view, and whether we are able to make a positive impact to their life. So your number one priority should be creating a quality of a transaction, not simply a quantity of a transaction. So let me just back up a little bit. Instead of focusing simply on business insurance, instead of focusing on a phenomenal business website, instead of asking yourself 10,000 questions, should I set up an LLC? Should I set up a corporation? Nobody cares in the beginning. Nobody cares. In fact, if you do it and you do it at the expense of not focusing on your customers, not growing your business, you'll actually end up hurting yourself in the long term. So the number one priority should be to make sure you have a message to market match, and then growing your business so you get more customers, or in the case of, for me in my YouTube channel, essentially having more individuals watch the videos, essentially having a more positive impact to the individual. Speaking of positive impact, here's a second factor in business: the quality of the relationship, the quality of the transaction. An individual who does business with you should have a good experience, and you should add value to their life. This isn't about doing business with 100 customers and providing them average service. So a lot better to do business with 20 customers, provide them with exceptional service, provide them with something truly exceptional, so that they now become your loyal supporters, your loyal followers. They go from being strangers and prospects to becoming customers. When I say customers, I don't just mean a financial transaction. I mean a transaction of time. You, in a sense, my YouTube viewers and subscribers, in a sense, are my customers. Even though you haven't given me any money, the fact is you're giving me your time. So that makes you essentially a customer of the Ignition Time channel. And that is the truth. So what happens is the quality of the transaction becomes important, because then your customers become your human billboards. They tell you, they talk about you to their friends and family. Each viewer on this channel, on average, I would want to tell maybe 2 or 3 of their friends and family about us. And that's how this channel can grow exponentially. More importantly, that's how your business can grow exponentially. So always focus on the quality of the transaction, focus on trying to get more people to share you, more people to like your information, more people to like your products. And word of mouth referrals are the least expensive form of advertising. In fact, it's free advertising. And to be honest, it's the best advertising. You could spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on Facebook ads, on different kinds of ads, but that won't help you as much as word of mouth advertising. Think about it. If you found this channel because you were referred to this channel by a friend or family member, chances are you're going to find the content much more valuable, because the preconceived notion is significantly greater, and you need to keep that in mind. A lot of my viewers and subscribers ask about registering an LLC, ask about forming an LLC, starting an LLC versus starting a corporation. I can tell you that for us, I own LLCs because LLCs are much simpler to start up. The accounting aspects are much easier. Now, if you want to know about the difference between LLCs and corporations and whether you should set up an LLC or a corporation, you do need to talk to an accountant, because I'm not a professional accountant or a professional financial advisor. I'm a business owner and a concerned citizen that's making this channel and that's making information available to my viewers and subscribers. So as far as cost to start up an LLC, it doesn't cost a whole lot. You should be able to start up an LLC for anywhere from $100 to $200 by going directly to the state website. You should, let's say you live in the state of Wisconsin. You would Google Wisconsin start an LLC, and then when you see the search results on Google, don't look at the websites, the .com websites. Try and find a website that is, that is a state website, that is clearly a state website. Now, the state websites won't look as pretty as the other sites. In fact, they'll probably look clunky and maybe even ugly. But the fact is, those state websites will allow you to put in your information and simply register right there online. And that, by the way, that's what others do when they charge you money for registering your LLC. So you can pretty much do it on your own. So it's very easy to start an LLC, to register an LLC. The cost to set up an LLC should be less than a couple of $100, and setting up your own business is not as difficult as it looks. I will do other videos on the significant advantages of setting up your own business, why setting up your own business makes sense from a taxation standpoint, because you do get more legitimate tax deductions, why starting your own company and setting up your own business is important, because I do want to help my viewers to start a business. It's very important, even if you're a sole proprietor, even if you're a one-man show, to consider starting your own business so that you can be in control of your own financial destiny. If there's one thing this whole experience has taught us, it is us being in control of our own financial destiny, and I want to help our viewers and subscribers to do that. I hope you learned something new from this video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. I have the fortune, the privilege, the honor of living the American dream. I am a beneficiary beneficiary of American exceptionalism, and I want to help you live your American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week, so make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications so you get instant updates from our channel going forward. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. We do a lot of fun stuff on Instagram, and we have a lot of fun with our Instagram community, which is also growing very rapidly. Now, if you don't get YouTube notifications, because sometimes YouTube does not send out real-time alerts, make sure to bookmark our channel, youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And then visit our YouTube channel once or twice a day, and then you can see all the latest videos that we release. Also, make sure to go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. So you can get on our email list. And speaking of getting on our list, you can send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000, and you can get added to our SMS list. You can opt out at any point in time from our SMS list or our email list. We really appreciate you watching. Once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, because it really helps out me and my team. It motivates us, it helps out the YouTube algorithm, and it drives us to do more and more for our viewers and subscribers. We're so excited that you're a part of the Ignition Time community. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Bye.